Hey everyone, thanks for watching. So today is my third video, and I wanted to talk a little bit about um, dealing with mental health issues in my culture and how that has hindered me from being able to like admit to myself that I was dealing with mental health issues, and then communicating that in the terms of asking for help. And this is all coming about because my father, who I haven't had that great of a relationship, I haven't had any relationship with um, for most of my life, um, is back in my life. And this time around, we're trying to have a relationship with one another. Um, so I was talking to him about finally admitting to myself that I am struggling with my mental health and wellness, and how being able to talk to him or anyone else for that matter about it is a part of my healing process. And when I was telling him that, I actually was expecting some pushback because in my culture, we just don't talk about mental health. In Jamaican people just don't acknowledge mental health. And when I was growing up, there was one of two ways people would like treat people with mental health issues. The first was people who like have a lot of mental health problems, and to the point of like maybe they're unmedicated and they become homeless, they end up in the street. They would get treated really bad. People call them mad woman or mad man. They'd end up on the street and they would just get treated bad. People act like they don't exist. The other way is to basically like diminish a person's struggle by saying like, oh, you're not, nothing's wrong with you, just like drink some tea and shake it off or whatever. But basically, we just don't acknowledge mental health issues. I'm not saying everyone in Jamaica, obviously, I'm not everyone in Jamaica, but where I grew up and people I grew up with. So when I told him, when I came out per se about my mental health issues, I kind of was expecting like some pushback. But what I got was complete acceptance. He kind of like was very supportive about it, which I still am in disbelief about. And he was like, asked me about therapy. I told him I was going to therapy every Tuesday. And he was like, I'll go with you this Tuesday if you want to, which is today. So I said yes. And he went to therapy with me. So a reoccurring thing in therapy was basically him saying that he wished that I had talked to him about this sooner. And me trying to explain that I didn't feel um, okay doing that. I didn't feel like anyone would listen to me or understand me, and I didn't really feel like anything good was going to come from it. He was understanding with that too. He did acknowledge culturally that there wasn't really much space for it, and um, voiced some regret about that, which I really appreciated. Um, so it just got me thinking about my mom, because my mother um, suffered from mental health issues. And I remember when I was growing up, they called her Mad Woman all the time. And I used to feel very ashamed that my mother was like, she'd have like mood swings, and she had a mood disorder. And she would have like all these like rapid mood, I don't even know what they're called. But she would cycle through moods a lot and really quickly. And she'd have like huge episodes. And I remember like not wanting to be around her or be associated with her. And I remember like when I was growing up, I didn't want people to think that I was going to be like her. And so I didn't want to be classified as bad. Um, Ironically, in my older age, I named this channel kind of off of that, because I honor my mom now. You know, I honor what she went through, and I am proud to be like her, if that's the case, if that's what this is. And fortunately, I live in the US where there's still so much stigma around mental health, but there's a little bit more understanding and a little bit more space for me to get treatment and get help and to do this, talk about it. Um, So I'm really excited about that. And I did feel sad today talking to my father about all the help and acknowledgement that mom did not get. Um, and I still struggle with talking to my family and my friends, especially people in my family and friends that are from Jamaica, about mental health. My sister is one of them. She jokes about me being mad all the time, and I know she means it in like this sweet joking way, but I can't talk to her about my depression. I can't talk to her about any other of my mental health issues, and it's just not accepted. And that reminds me of this time when I just started going to therapy when I was in high school. And the therapist was telling me that I was going through like severe depression. And I remember laughing and saying, like, I'm Jamaican. I'm not going through any depression. Like, Jamaicans don't get depressed. And she's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Jamaicans, like, all people can get depressed. And I'm like, no, that must be an American thing or a white thing. That doesn't happen to where I'm from. That doesn't happen. Um, and for years, I wouldn't accept what was happening to me. I just kept thinking like, that's not a thing where I'm from. I'm just going through the motions right now, or I'm going through a small thing, but it's gonna pass. It's not happening to me, which of course led to years of me not seeking treatment, or years of me not being open to being treated. Um, because culturally, I just felt like I couldn't belong to my people and also be struggling with mental health issues. I really hope that this channel helps me reach people like myself from my own culture, from people from Jamaica or other Caribbean places that are struggling, and we can have dialogue about how to honor our culture and everything that's beautiful in it, but step outside of the stigma of mental health and understand that people can be high functioning, wonderful, intelligent beings and still struggle with mental health issues. I really hope that's something that this channel will help me to explore more. But until then, I don't know. I'm really excited about this new prospect of my father and I um, opening dialogue and having a relationship with one another that is true and real to who I am and who he is. So that was really cool. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. I just came from the gym, so I'm gonna go shower and get ready for bed.